In this video tutorial, we'll understand what is Python idle and why we need it, how you can use the idle. Python idle, so it stands for Integrated Development and Learning Environment. So idle stands for Integrated Development and Learning Environment. So there is IDLE. So it will be installed by default when you install Python. So when you download Python from the net and when you install into a system, by default it automatically installs. So IDLE is an integrated development environment. That means you can write the program using the IDLE editor. So it's a default editor. Because it's a default, by default it installs automatically when you install the Python. Note, so IDLE is not available by default in Python distribution for Linux. In the Linux OS, it will not be installed by default, but you need to install if you want. So most of the time you'll use a different editors. So we generally not depend on the Python editor, but still Python it is a very powerful you can use to write the programs. So here is how it looks. So when you run the Python IDLE, first you'll have the shell. So here is the shell window. Here you can execute the commands, individual statements, and here is an editor. So in an editor, you can create the program files. You can create a lengthy files, a single statement or multiple statement, or it's a quite big statement, large file. All you can do it in the editor. So you can create a file and save the file, and then you can able to execute. So this is a editor. So for IDLE is a total environment to create the programs. So one is to execute. In a shell we'll execute this, and in editor we'll write the programs. IDLE can be used to execute a single statement, that means one single statement, just like in a Python shell, and also you can create, modify, execute Python script. You can create a new file, you can modify the existing file, and you can also execute it. Therefore, it's a total environment, it's an editor, so you can write the program, what program you want, and you can save the file, save. So after saving that you can execute it. Again you can open, you can modify the file and you can execute it. Therefore, this is by default it's available in Python. So advantages, it installed by default. This is the one advantage. Fully featured text editor. It's a complete text editor. You already seen, like it will have all the cut, copy, paste. Apart from that, there are many options. Syntax highlighting. It highlights the syntax. Smart indent. So in Python, we already know we're not going to use the braces. Instead of that, you'll use the indent. Also, as a debugger, if there is something wrong, it will show the error. Where is the error? So here is an example. So you can see that print command is highlighted with the color, and this is the text what to print. It is in different color, and there is if condition that is in the different color, and this is the conditions. After that, you can see that there is an indent here. So this automatically the indent is created, and here is a debugger. So there is an A extra error. So it shows that there is an error here. Okay. So therefore, these are the advantages we are getting from the default editor. Here you can see that the menu. So file menu to create a new file, edit, cut, copy, paste, formatting, run. So many options are provided. We'll see in detail when you are executing through the editor. So if you are not yet subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching. Now I'll show in real time how it works. Fine. Let's see that like how to start Python editor. So in the last video we already done. We created a shortcut over here. So that is IDLE shortcut. Otherwise, if you have not seen that video, please watch that video. And then in order to start the IDLE, so therefore just type IDLE. So there is IDLE Python 3.9. So you just click on this button You can see that you have a shell here. Fine. So now we can execute the commands here. But we want to create a file. So therefore go to file menu, create a new file. You can see that you can have editor here. So I'll just move to right side. Fine. So one side we have editor, another side we have the shell. Fine. So let us start with that. So let's try print command. Print welcome to Highblix tutorial. Fine. Now save the file. File, save. So where you would like to save, make a particular location, save your files. So probably you can make it in D drive and in your name and then save the files. I'll say example2.py. By default it's have the extension of py. Fine. So then our file is saved. So now you can go and check it out. That is example2.py. Now how to run? So now to run this, click run button and run module. So that is a F5 button. Shortcut is a F5. So when you click this, you can see that in shell it's executed. Welcome to Highblix tutorials. Right, so you can write one more. Hello world. Now to save this, we have a shortcut here. File, save. There's a control S. So therefore press the control S. Right, and then press F5. So therefore it's showing error. Okay, UL while scanning the string literal. There is some problem. So what is the problem? So you have a double quotes here, but we don't have a double quotes here. So therefore the debugger is working fine. So you need to put the double quotes. So you made a mistake, immediately show the error. What is the error? So F5. So now you can see that it's working fine. Fine. So then let's say print so let's say A is equal to 10, B is equal to 10, C is equal to A plus B. Then you can write print total is C. So again we can copy and paste it at the end. Control S, F5. You can see that total is 20 is printing. So we create a one file. So let's create one more file. File, new file. Okay, so it's open now. So another window. So go to file menu, save as. So this is example3.py. So here we want to check some condition. So if A is equal to 10, so we can print the value is 10. It's a simple if statement. We'll cover the if statement in detail in a separate video. This is to show the demonstration how we can use the IDLE. So the value is 10. Fine, it's working fine. So therefore you can create a multiple files here and the editor is working fine. So we'll have format options. So we'll go in detail in each one in the next video. Then there is an edit options, cut, copy, paste, find, replace, all these things. File menu to open the file, to save the file. All this is there here. And then your option to execute the run command to execute the file. And there are more options. So hope you understand the concept of IDLE, that is an integrated development environment to write the Python program. So keep practice, learn Python. So we have a wider scope for Python. Therefore regularly practicing is very very important. So keep watch this channel. We'll come out with a new chapters. So learn each chapters and understand the concepts, execute the programs, learn more. Thank you.